If you can understand Spanish, but you still can't speak it, this video is exactly for you. Look, there are two components to acquiring Spanish, okay, or any language. You have input and you have output, okay? How do we define these? Input is reading or listening. Input is what you receive, okay? Output is speaking or writing, okay? It's what you send, okay? And so if you're able to understand Spanish, but you still can't speak it, there's a very specific reason why, and it has to do with these two concepts I just mentioned. So here's what has happened thus far. You've worked on your input and you're able to understand Spanish. And so this is great because you're able to understand maybe a show, you can understand some music, maybe you can pick up a book and read it no problem. And this is really great, right? But the issue is that there's still a whole other component of learning Spanish or acquiring Spanish that maybe you've yet to tap into, and that is the output side of things. Look, there's a really important relationship between input and output that's consisted of three rules. And I have a whole video about that, but don't worry. We're going to focus on one today. And the one we're going to focus on today is that your input will always be better than your output, meaning you'll always be able to listen to more than you can speak. Okay. And why is this important? Well, here's the thing. As you read and listen to more and more Spanish, right, your ability to understand goes up and up, right? But your output doesn't necessarily go up and up. It kind of just stays the same. But here's what does change. As your ability for input goes up and up and up, your potential for output also goes up and up and up. And it might not be at the same level, right? The input might be here and the output might be here, your potential for output. But this is really important because your potential is going up, but your actuality, your ability is staying the same. And so this is what we want to correct, right? So you have a high potential for output because you can understand so much. Now it's a matter of applying practices and exercises to actually work on your output. So I put together a few exercises that you can do according to what you like to do. So here's a couple of them. First thing you can do is when you get a piece of content, when you get a video, a book, a story, whatever, after consuming it, I want you to put it away, don't look at it, and write a summary about what you just consumed, okay? I want it to be very detailed, okay? Try to make this summary as in-depth as possible about the content that you just watched. So summarize, if it's a story about a horse that gets eaten by a frog, then summarize all the events that occurred, okay? Even if it's broken Spanish, it's not a problem. I want you to start small, okay? And here's another point. When you do this with material that's really simple, okay? Do this with material that you're able to understand really, really well and that you don't have any problem understanding, okay? Don't do this with exercises that are at your current understanding level. Okay, you want to go way below because the issue is, like I said earlier, your potential for output is very close to your understanding, to your input, but your actual output is not that high yet, okay? And so that's what we want to work on, is we need to work on where your output is currently at, okay? So you want to start with very simple stories and videos, okay? So that's one exercise you can do. Another exercise you can do is something called active recall. This is a lot of fun. Basically, what you do is after consuming a piece of content, put it away again, and then take out a sheet of paper and write down as many words as you can remember. Okay, just write them all down, as many as you can remember. And then after you write as many words as you can remember, go back to the video, go back to the story, whatever piece of content it is, and I want you to rewatch it and then write down any words that you missed. Okay, so this way you're able to see your errors. Okay, and so by writing down the ones you missed, you're gonna put together the pieces of the puzzle that you missed, and then I want you to wait like an hour or two, maybe even three, and then go back to a new sheet of paper. Don't look at the old one. Go back to a new sheet of paper and then write down as many as you can. I think you'll be surprised with how many more you're able to remember the second time around. Okay, so active recall is really important, and I'll actually put a link in the description um, by someone named Benjamin Keep. He put together an incredible video about active recall, so I'll share that with you guys. What's another thing you can do? Well, there's this fun exercise or fun little game you can play. Okay, let's say you watch a YouTube video and whatever, it's about anything, right? It's about a story or whatever. In the comment section, I want you to put two truths and a lie. Now do this in Spanish or whatever language you're learning, right? And so you're going to put two truths and a lie about the content that you consumed. And this is really, really cool because not only are you practicing your comprehension, but you're also playing a game with other people who viewed the video and to work on your comprehension together. So it's going to be a lot of fun together. Another thing you can do, and I don't know if this is the last one or not, I'm going to look at my notes, but another thing you can do are engage in writing prompts. Okay, writing prompts are really, really powerful because they they get you expressing yourself in Spanish in a more free form manner. And so you're expressing yourself in a way that's not as rigid. You're not just answering a question. You're actually like talking about things that you might want to talk about. And so in the link below, I put together a bunch of writing prompts at different levels. So like for complete beginners, beginners, intermediates, and such. And so if you click the link below, you're going to find a bunch of writing prompts that you can go ahead and check out if that's something you want to do. Another thing, and I think this is the last one, another thing you can do is, and you need specific resources for this, but which I can help you with that too. But basically, if you can find a book, a video, a piece of content that has questions about the content included, that would be super, super powerful because now you're instead of the writing prompts that are free form, you're directing your question to a specific you're directing your attention to a specific question, and this improves it tests your comprehension, but it also tests your ability to speak about whatever content you just read. So super, super powerful. Highly recommend that you do these. Let me check my notes to make sure I didn't miss any exercises. So what's great for you is that you're actually in a really good position to improve your ability to speak and write in Spanish. But you do need to, be humble and start from a really basic level because that's really going to help you improve on the output that you're capable of, and you'll slowly improve on your ability to speak. And then once you reach that level where your ability to speak is very close to your understanding, at that point you just need to consume more content, right? Because your input will always be better than your output. So the more you read, the more you listen, and the higher quality or the higher level, whatever you're listening to is, then the more you'll be able to speak and write yourself. So again, you have what it takes to speak Spanish, okay? Understanding is what leads to communication, okay? So you have the understanding part down. Now it's a matter of practicing and working deliberately on your speaking and on your writing abilities. And so long as you do that, I think you're going to get really, really far. Check the link in the description for any writing prompts that you might find useful to improve your Spanish.